Hello, I am Anil Nayak. Today, today we'll discuss about the Agile software development methodology and how to apply them for the software development. So, through this presentation, we'll discuss about how the students they can understand the difference between the waterfall model and Agile model for the software development, means which model is suitable for the software development, and students understands the principles of agile model for the software development. So nowadays in industry, almost all the companies they use agile model for the software development compared to the basic waterfall model. So it is about how to work together to achieve a common goal. So this is not suitable for the software developers but also for the team leaders, project managers, product managers, development managers, testers, quality assurance managers, quality assurance engineer, technical writers, user interface designers. So anyone that are involved in the delivery of software. So all these members they are involved, so they use means they will take the benefit of the agile model. So this presentation focus on how the technology that aims to works together well to plan, build and deliver the software. So it does not talk about the code or the specific technology or only about Microsoft tools. Hope this will improve the professional life and effectiveness of the team. So agile model that improve the effectiveness of a team. So the need for the professional behavior. Does our industry know what it means to behave? The definition of software developer, that is who sits in the room and sends some time and codes come out. So we get very confused about the deadlines, dates, estimates and all of these things we are supposed to be doing and we do them badly. So now that's not the unusual in our industry, still young. So we'll discuss the Vincent Roy's waterfall model. As he is told, the waterfall model there are different phases are there, like system requirement, software requirement, analysis, product design, coding, testing, operation or maintenance. So in waterfall model, so once we completed the phase, then we can move for the next phase. So we cannot come back to the previous phase. So that is the one of the drawback of waterfall model. So waterfall model means the basically that it involves the different phases, and once we complete the phase, then only we can move for the next phase. So we see the difference between the agile model and waterfall model. So agile method that proposes incremental and iterative approach to software design. Incremental means there are more than one waterfall model, like waterfall model 1, waterfall model 2, waterfall model 3 and so on. So it is incremental. And iterative approach, iterating from one to the next model. So more than, we can say that more than one waterfall model. So here the waterfall model, the development of the software flows sequentially from the start point to end point. So here we can sequentially, we can't go back to the previous stage. But in agile model there are different stages, means different iterations are there. So if you make any changes, then we can do in the next iteration. So that is possible in the agile model. The agile process is broken into individual modules that designers work on. Here the design process is not broken into individual models. Then in agile the customers has early and frequent opportunities to take the product and make a decision and changes to the product. Yes, here they can early and frequent opportunities is there to make a decision. Here the customer can only see the product at the end of the project. But in agile model, they can see in the demo version, they can see the output of the project. So after using the demo version, they can give some hints or some suggestions to improve the project. So agile model is considered the unstructured compared to the waterfall model. So waterfall model are more secure because they are so plan oriented, and small projects can be implemented very quickly. So for the larger projects, it is difficult to estimate the development time. So all sorts of projects can be estimated and completed. So errors can be fixed in the middle of the project, but here only at the end the whole product is tested. If the means that only testing phase, once we completed all the requirement, design and all coding, then at the last phase we will do the testing. So whole product is tested at the last. So if the requirement error is found or any changes have to be made, the project has to start from the beginning. Then next, the development process is iterative and the project is executed in short 2 to 4 weeks iterations. Planning is very less. Means here the planning is very less in the agile model. The development process is phased and the phase is much bigger than the iteration. Every phase ends with a detailed subscription of the next phase. Documentation is less priority in the agile. Here in waterfall model, documentation is a more top priority, and here in agile model every iteration has its own testing phase. Means every iteration at the ends with the testing phase, but here the testing will at the last phase. In agile testing, when an iteration ends, shippable feature of the product is delivered to the customer. New features are usable right after the segment. It is useful when you have a good contact with the customers. Here all the features are developed or delivered at once after the long implementation. So testers and developers work together. Here the testers work separately from the developers. So at the end of the every sprint, that is every iteration, user acceptance is performed. So once we for every iteration, so we'll show the output to the customers. So we'll take some suggestion. But here in waterfall model, user acceptance is performed at the end of the project. So here is the how the difference between waterfall and agile model. So the industry that it gives the result that if you use waterfall model, there are 29% of projects are failed, and if you use agile model, there are 99% are failed. So there is a less percentage of failure by using the agile model. And successful the completion of the project, there are 42% by using agile model and 14% in the waterfall model. So in nowadays in industry, all the companies they go for the agile model. So now we will go through some principles of behind the agile manifesto. So there are different principles are there. The main first one is highest priority is to satisfy the customer through the early and continuous delivery of valuable software. So the main intention is to satisfy the customer, welcome the changing requirement, even the late requirements also they will accept and they will add in the development. So that is one of the advantage. Deliver the working software frequently, means first they develop a demo version, then they will show to the customer, and also they will take some suggestion from the customer, they will add it and they will go for the next iteration. So that is the one advantage in the agile model. And business people and developers, they are most of the work together daily throughout the project. Customer, the developer, test, all they work together. Build the project out of motivated and individuals. Then most efficient and effective method conveying the information to within the team is they do the face-to-face conversation. And working software is the primary major process. Simplicity, the best architecture requirement. So all this shows that that's why today most of them in the company they go for the agile model compared to the waterfall model for the project development. Thank you.